With the world's largest consumer market on its doorstep, Mexico has an advantage when it comes to trade. Even in tough times, the North American Free Trade Agreement opens the way for the U.S. to buy more than 3/4 of all Mexican exports. The 2008 recession that hit the U.S. and Europe was also felt here, but Mexico quickly rebounded, partly because of efforts to build a broader export base with other emerging economies in Asia and Latin America. Exports to the U.S. have fallen 10% in the past decade. Still, some argue Mexico depends too heavily on purchases from its northern neighbor.
Maybe you don't know, but
Mexico's economy minister says his country is taking many steps, including increasing tax revenue to spur growth here.
In the third quarter of this year, we grew 4.5%, and we hope to end this year with 4% growth. That's an interesting figure in a world that is convulsing from so many economic problems.
Consumer spending here has remained relatively vigorous. The government says many Mexicans have more disposable income available to buy more goods and services. This small business owner says he's clearly seen the direct financial benefits from the rise in spending during this holiday season.
Video games are a great gift for children, so I buy them at good prices, then I can sell them at good prices too.
Private consumption has remained dynamic in Mexico, and that's been just one of the factors that's helped keep this country from falling victim to the global economic crisis. But the government still depends heavily on the petroleum industry for 30% of its income. Analysts say that's problematic for Mexico because oil production has been falling in recent years.
There's a list of things that can be done to help ensure better growth. Politicians have not pushed through the necessary reforms. We need better regulations for the labor market, the energy sector. Such changes would make our internal market even more dynamic.
A presidential election scheduled for next year may likely delay important reforms. Still, there's hope here that the next president will continue with policies to grow the economy, and that eventually half the population that still lives in poverty will also come to share in the benefits of prosperity. Frank Contreras, Al Jazeera, Mexico City.